Hi-oh, beaver! Away!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to KritzKast, the place for all things Team Fortress 2 today. We're going to be watching a special game with special people. My name is Jake. Today with me is none other than Beater. And on camera is, as always, the legend, living legend of Team Fortress 2, Wiethoofd. Beater, tell me, what is the special day today?
Is this the day where Caesar just rips off his shirt, shows his manly chest, and roars as he finally just dunks on a Div 1 team to show that he should have been in Prem?
I was gonna say it's the beginning of Chinese Lunar Year, but
okay, I was close.
I mean, I guess we can go with that. Yes, it is basically that. We're gonna be looking at a Division 1 game of the 32nd season of ETF2L 6v6 Division. Man, it's been a lot of seasons so far, and we are still going strong.
Yeah, it's a lot of seasons, and ETF2L, of course, is the most legendary of all the leagues because we're in season 32. And ESA is only in season 30, and OzFortress is only in season 24. And Asia Fortress, I don't know. But we've been around for a while.
Just trying to keep up with the world as well here. But yeah, I mean, this is going to be a Div 1 game, the first game of the season for these two teams. As far as we know, we're looking at the charts right now. They're in the middle of those charts as none of the teams scored themselves any points just yet. And they'll be looking to score themselves some early advantage as opposed to the other team. As you can see, the tables are kind of equal when it comes to those points. We have 7, the Theorist and Swift, all in the first place. And then you have, I'm looking at Premiership here. Au, Beyond, Ora Electro, and Wer das Liest ist doof are all 6 points each. And it's Professional Disney Fangirls and Clarted in the middle of the tables here, Beater, with 0 points. And then Video Gamer Guys, Quasar, and Danger Dogs butting the charts, losing their first game of the season. So, Beater, let me know, I mean, as you are the specialists on 6v6 and 6v6 things, who is in favor here? Who will take this one? You have Highlander Boys and the Kosher Sixes guys on the other side.
It's going to be pretty difficult to say. I'm not really sure. It all comes down to how good Clarted are. And there's definitely some pretty big hitters on that team. But in the grand scheme of things, I definitely recognize more people and have just seen them in high-level play on the side of PDF. So just based on that alone, I would kind of favor them. But, you do have Charlie, who has been in Prem, and he was pretty good there on Soldier. So he's going to be good. And then I have Gaz on my friend list, so that means he's automatically really good, right? I think that's how it works. And then, you have OJ, and you have Vori, who are people I recognize. And then Maddie Asian, I want to say that's not Poppy. I want to say that's a different person. Maybe. If it's Poppy, then that's a really good player to have. But
maybe he's just alting here, but we do know that CJ and his team will be going with a substitute here, and this is Morny, as he's classed up as a soldier right now. Might be just sticking on that class. So, Beater, as I am the 6v6 noob, please explain to me a few things. I'm gonna say them and I'm gonna say yes or no. So, 6v6. As the name states, there are going to be 6 players on each side, yes?
You got it. Good job.
Okay. As the rules go, you can only have 2 of scouts, 2 of soldiers, and then the rest of classes can only be 1 of each at any time on the field.
That sounds about right. You can have 2 spies.
Oh, you can have 2 spies. That's something I didn't know. That's something good to know now. Wow, that could be some good stuff. I'd like to see some from the Highlander team, but I doubt that will happen because it's not optimal. As we're slowly getting, rused into the game. But there's one more question I want to ask, which is basically the points for this game are exactly the same as of Highlander, which is you have to cap the last point in order to win, right?
Yes, I believe the 5 CEP config is identical in every way.
So tell me, where the hell is Payload then?
Payload is also the exact same config, so if we ever go to Payload, don't worry about it, it's going to be exactly the same. Spoiler alert, we'll never go to Payload. It's
Just
not
get me out here. Wiethoofd, we're calling this off, thank you.
What's this play? Is the point never going to move, when you stand on it? This is confusing. But yeah, we're going into this first middle. We're gonna immediately see Morny just jump actually behind line, but he has been taken down. So dealt with very nicely there. So Matt Yason's gonna get another pipe kill. But so much aggression coming out from PDF here, but they're kind of losing a lot of players. If they can stick together and maybe just get the other team just slowly whittled down, they can definitely get this. And they have the high ground right now. You can kind of see Soldier up on the high ground. Charlie, he's going to ask for an arrow. He does get it, so it's very close, but the Scout's in very aggressively onto the mech, and oh my god, a pipe to rule all pipes comes in there from Neon. Oh my god, 4 kills there on that middle, and that was 3 pipe kills coming in very clutch at the end there.
Oh, Neon going in massive with a 4K on that engagement here. They're going to cap middle fairly soon here. CJ at 100%, cars going down in the last engagement, which means they will have that full Uber advantage going into the second point. Now, Citizen Smith is just kind of hiding. He's not been spotted yet. Look at this. Toast is just passing right through him. But Morny goes in, spots Citizen Smith, and finishes off the kill, which means that sneaky play will not go through. With CJ going all the way below the point, they're kind of ignoring the second. The second is already capped and going straight into last, Peter.
Yep, and they know there's probably going to be a sniper somewhere, so they don't want to go in through that right side there where he's looking. But they are in already, and oh my god, they actually lose a ton of players, and Matt Yason's just going to get CJ down. They had a big Uber advantage going into this, so maybe he should just pop through, but he decided not to do that. He wanted to just milk it a little bit, and he got punished so hard there. There's a bunch of players hiding around. You see the demo man hiding in the lower area, but he has been spotted by a soldier, and he will actually get taken down, just run down by the skill stick. Absolutely eating just the barrel of that. But oh my god, Cars has gone down as well. Viljak actually gets the pick here, so no medic is safe in this game. It's really rough. And of course, a big part of 6v6 is that you can do these off classes on last. When you do an off class, you lose a lot of mobility, but when you're already pushed all the way back to last, it doesn't really matter because you can just go into spawn and then switch back off if you get a bunch of picks with them. And that's what we saw right there. But see, he's going to have another Uber advantage, so let's hope they don't piss this one away.
Yeah, Gaz is running that level 3 sentry right now. The Uber will come mighty handy right about now. Gaz is also running that Frontier Justice, so should the sentry get any kills, anything will happen here, but they're focusing it right now. Neon jumps in, gets a few damage and pipes on that sentry, really blocking that damage down. Now Gaz comes in with the Pyroclast, but the point is being capped by Eklut. Not enough red players on the point to block this from happening. Uber excellently manufactured by CJ and his team, and well employed into action, scoring them first point of the game.
Yeah, everyone just ignored Ekelin on the point there. And yeah, that's going to get capped out pretty quickly. It's always a really good idea to just put a scout on the point, and then when everyone just desperately dives onto it, they're just going to get blown up by stickies and rockets and stuff. So it's a really good tactic to use. No one dove onto the point, but that just meant it got capped out. So yeah, that's a good winning strat. Double soldier bomb coming in very quickly. Morny's going to go behind this time around. He's not going to die immediately, but will die very quickly. But here comes Morny. He has gotten the medic down so weak, and everyone else is just running across the point from PDF, but they're just not getting any kills, and all this aggression has just been completely neutralized. Eklin's going to see if he can find the medic. Cars just hiding around the corner. No, he's going to get cleaned up as well. Morny's with the last hurrah. Let's see if he can get in there and get the medic, but no, that's not going to be it. And second mid, going to go to the... What was this team called?
Clarted.
Clarted, that's the one, thank you.
Clarted. I have no idea what that means, but they are winning right now, at least in the second round of this game. Going strong in the second point. Cars already at 100% here. CJ only started building his. Looks like Toast goes into the engineer class, hoping to slow this down a little bit longer. There's a sticky trap on the side of the garage door as well. So we'll see if that works for them, but it looks like the red team opts to go through shutter. They're just spike checking or sticky checking, as a matter of fact, quite well, and just kind of waiting. They don't have to rush just yet, but CJ is very quickly building his Uber. They're going with the Uber right now, jumping into the point. Vuri is leading the charge here. Matt is on the side, just kind of sticking up the spawn, and there's nobody on the point to block this from happening. What a well done execution by Clarted team here.
Yeah, they just got everyone from PDF into the spawn area, and then they did a really good job of blocking them out, and then they got a scout onto the point really quickly there. A lot of players will just not be able to dive onto the point, but there was not enough stickies on the point, or maybe they did a really good job of clearing them out. I didn't quite see, but they just managed to get a scout and a medic onto the point, and they just kept it out super quickly before anything could really come out there and contest it.
Here, Morny actually sitting in that China door here, waiting for people to come, but nobody's coming, so he decides to jump for the medic. Cars takes one rocket, dodges the second, he's still alive, he still dodges now. Viljak, Neon both going down, but at the cost of 3 players from the red team. Cars is now dead. finally he's being chased down. Now Eklund needs to chase away the enemies that are attacking his own medic, as CJ is on 75% and only has a scout to help, but they're chasing down people. Morny is actually gonna go down, but exchange with Sittens and Smith there. Now Vorney is just last-ditch effort to go for the medic, but Eklund is not gonna have any of that. He's just gonna finish off this cap with the team reunited with them soon, utilizing this forward spawn as well. So very well done execution on the part of a PDF here. 100% on the CJ side going into the second point, and I do not think that clarted will opt to hold that point either.
No way. Actually, every single middle has ended in the same way, I think, with one team having the medic survive and then have a full advance to push last. That has happened in every single middle. It's been different teams every mid, but they've just been like switching it. So it's 1-1, and this is once again, you know, last time around we saw CJ drop it out, but let's hope he can just stay alive and not drop this time around. But they do have to push pretty quickly here.
Uber comes out, the sentry is blocking the people away, and he's still alive. They have to focus it down. Majority of Uber is gone. There's so many stickies on the point. Toast goes on the point, but it gets blocked. Now, there's just a lot of bloodshed on that point as well. Toast Neon going down, Vilchek as well. CJ is out of the situation with Morny. That's 4 people for 1, which is Gaz, which is the engineer. You don't care about the engineer. You want to go for the point, guys.
Yeah, that was really embarrassing. There was just a scout that just ran into a sentry gun, and he just trusted his medic to save him, and the medic was just nowhere near him. So he just died to a sentry gun. Just a scout running straight into a sentry gun. That feels bad when that happens, and you'd think PDF would be able to deal with the sentry gun, right? Like, they're the Highlander players, but yeah, apparently that's more difficult than you'd think.
Ooh, but here Morty goes in behind, gets a force out of cars. Now CJ has to get away with that 90%. He's far away and safe. They have to sacrifice this point, but at least they have their medic alive with that Uber ready. 2 scouts near him, so he's just gonna charge in with that boosted speed. The point's not even finished yet. They just go in charging into the enemy front line here. Vori goes down, but that's the only kill they get out of this Uber charge. Maybe a little bit too overzealous on this part of CJ and Highlander boys, but they managed to save their point, and now they're chasing off Charlie behind their own lives. Just kind of staggering that respawn out of him, and they're just knocking on the second door at the moment.
They managed to get in there with the Uber advantage, just block the point out. It's really important that you get that out, because that will deny the forward spawn, and of course you will just be able to push straight out in here. Otherwise you delay yourself by having to cap out the point, so that's not going to be the case. So CJ, you can see, he has a slight Uber disadvantage right now, but they're probably just going to hold back and make it so that it's going to be really difficult to push out here. Pushing out a snake water last, it's very difficult with a small Uber advantage. So like, this is essentially not an Uber advantage at all for cars, so they're not going to be able to push out with it. So we're going to have our first big stalemate here with even Ubers, and they're just going to both be trying to lure the other team into dropping the medic or popping the Uber in an unwanted situation. We see Morty tries to get in there. He takes a bunch of damage, but he's just going to jump in anyway. He actually gets a nice rocket onto the medic, and he actually gets him to pop cars. I don't think he actually needed to pop that, but he couldn't see the soldier, so he didn't know he was dead. So he just had to pop it, and there we go. They get exactly what they want, and no one's really going on the counter-offensive either. Charlie died. That means they're not going to be able to do a counter-push or a counter-sack coming out to force CJ to use his Uber. So he's just going to have plenty of time to buff people up, and then they can push him with full Uber advantage.
The perfect situation for the Highlander boys here is they're just kind of coming up the shutters right now. They have 100%. Cars is now on 50. They're building fast, but will they be able to get it before the enemy pops? No, they won't. Viljack goes in, gets staggered by Charlie. He goes on the point here. There's a sentry gun there, and the corner gets focused down. There's so many sticks on the point still. They haven't cleaned them up yet. Viljack jumps for cars. Will he be able to seal the deal? And he does with Morty, but there's 3 people down here. Toast and CJ are the only ones alive, but they already out of dodge here. That kind of sacrificed the team. Good execution there, Beater, but it just lacked something, I think.
Yeah, Toast went down to a sticky trap before the push even came in, so that was 1 player down already. And then they just did a really good job of stunting the Uber push in there. Like Charlie, he had some air shots with just redirected players, like they were shiny and invulnerable, but they were just nothing. They couldn't get close enough to the medic. And then at some point after they lost up on the players, they just sacked in a bunch of players to try and get the medic. And they did get the medic, but they lost the push because of it. But CJ, he will have Uber advantage. They're going to push in here. They're going to get the second for, well, quote unquote free, but they managed to just push everyone else out, so they're going to get another try at this with another Uber advantage. So if they can just not lose a player before the push comes in, they should be in a pretty good position, because the sentry gun is only up to level 2, and it's so far forward that it can't really be repaired. And oh my god, Soda would like to take it down immediately. Uber has come in already. There's some time onto the point, and they have done so much damage to everyone already, and they force people onto the point right now. They're just going to see if they can just focus them down. They're doing a really good job of it. There we go. Everyone else is going to definitely try to make it onto it, and they're not going to quite be able to do it without dying. So that's going to be 2-1. Eventually, the Uber advantages come through. That's going to make it 2-1 in favor of PDF.
That sentry gun placement was very interesting. I mean, I can see that Gaz is kind of trying different spots each time because it throws the enemy. They never know where the sentry is. But Vilcek hurt the sentry and just splash damaged it without issues, without even the help of the Uber. Which means it just proved the blue team, it was just so easy. We can just go in. There's no sentries engineer who can't do anything. And that was it. But now we're, again, at the middle. Both teams are just trying to edge it out in the trench warfare. Vilcek, Neon very aggressive up forward. Charlie's now trying to chase them down. Siege actually goes down to a sticky there. And then goes Morny. And it's just going to fall down like a stack of dominoes. But no. Kars has to get away on his own half health. He's getting damaged there, but he's still alive. 70%. 4 people alive for the red team. And they'll be able to cap this middle without any issues whatsoever.
Toast is still in here. He's going to see if he can get onto the medic. He actually gets the nice drop on him, but he misses him quite a bit. He's done 110. Oh, not quite going to be able to get Cars there. A nice try from Toast. I can't believe he actually got in without being spotted, but yeah, he managed to make it work. And because he's going to survive, unfortunately, for PDF, so they're going to have to desperately try to erect a sentry gun, see if they can do anything. But the Uber advantage push will come in here. And I kind of wonder where they're going to go from. It's pretty normal to go in through the bottom when you have a big Uber advantage because there's not going to be like stickies bouncing you around as much, and you can go in pretty far without getting sniped. So yeah, that's a very common route to go. But yeah, the shutter door is also a popular option. That's the one they're going to choose this time around. Everyone just jumps in here, gets the center gun down, medics in spawn. They haven't put any pressure onto the point yet, and there is a fight over on the far side here. They do a lot, but actually the medic goes down here to a nice bomb in, and this push is definitely going to work. There we go. Nice push, 2-2. What a game so far, just really back and forth action.
Yeah, there's really never any stalemate yet. I mean, both teams just kind of pushing, you know, they have Uber, we have Uber. Let's just try to pop and look for opportunities. And if you're pushing into a point where there is a sentry gun, you might as well just use this Uber, try to get a force out, get this sentry out, and then maybe go for a dry push. There's nothing to lose, and I mean, you're winning, so you're free to risk your situation with your position.
Check out Morny right here. He has been jumping behind every single middle. Alright, he just ends up behind them, and it's super annoying for them to deal with. He hasn't actually jumped yet, so this is a much more passive approach right now for PDF. And Toast would like to be the first one to go down, but this is a pretty even trade. The Sword finally jumps into really aggressively here. I think that might be Charlie. No, that was Smith, just on to the house, but no one else going to come down here. So PDF really mixing it up right here, and they actually managed to take this mid very securely. But you can kind of see that everyone was much more passive because both medics actually survived, which is a first for Snake Water Middle so far.
A first. And there goes Morning once again, jumping on top of that shed, putting some major damage here. Oh, CJ no! Going down! CJ hit the Uber, but he didn't use it. He was hoping to survive this one, and now the red is in the advantage here. They have the control of the second point, they have the numbers. And the blue doesn't have their medic yet. As far as we know, CJ didn't have his Uber just yet. It was just 99. Shy of it. He was just shy of popping that Uber, and that was very unfortunate.
Toast is made classic though. Oh, barely misses the medic. Yeah, he's pretty dangerous on that spy. I heard he's actually pretty decent at it. I don't know. You can confirm or confirm it if you want.
He is. He definitely is one of the best spies in Highlander Premiership.
Oh, Charlie! See you later, Morny. That was incredible.
It's like just a high five in the midair, man.
Yeah, just like, let's get up there into the skybox, and oh, by the way, you're going into the respawn queue, buddy. And we'll see you in a frack movie, that's for sure.
Uber comes out. Here, the demo jumps in. Matty tries to focus down that sentry. He's only level 1, though. He's not going to really prove any defense. So they have to jump on the point. They have the Uber charge. They're just using it defensively. Very late up, but a good one at that. Then they're chasing down. Charlie goes down, but Neon and Necklin both also falling this engagement. Now there's a long way to the respawn queue. As you said yourself, Peter, only 3 people alive. They're trying to save this point. The medic is still alive. Cars. And now Toast going down to Matty Spill. While Matty is down himself, just down to 2v2. Morny versus the Scout. And finally, Neon comes in with the help of that sticky launcher. Vori goes down here. CJ and his team prevail for yet more time in this round.
Charlie's going to take Vilcek out here as he comes in, and then even airshot the soldier as well. he goes in here. So Charlie just putting on an absolute clinic of just hitting all these rockets, and he's actually even going to get out alive. CJ will get a kill though, so not just healing, also doing some damage here as well. It's actually a small uber advantage for Carson. Looks like they're actually going to go in here, yeah, very aggressively. They're trying to see if they can actually catch out CJ, but CJ, he manages to get out there. He was healing a scout, and Soda, he's still in there, however. He's done a ton of damage, so everyone else from PDF has been pushed really far back. Going to be a ton of time on the second point, and I don't think CJ will be able to actually contest this second, even though he has an uber advantage, but they do have the uber advantage, and they're going to push on it.
Uber comes out any second now. Any second now, as Matty is just trying to pull up the point, but now he's all by himself. He's just wasting the time with that Uber.
The back
but what about what?
Yeah, that was what they were doing. They were kind of taking a fight they shouldn't be doing. They were just being slaughtered, but it was all because there was a scout and a soldier that managed to slip behind line through bottom. And, you just can't leave that kind of opening in, and you're going to get punished for it. And that's actually going to make it 3-2 in favor of clarted, which I'm pretty sure is some English way of saying farted. I'm just going to assume. I have no idea, but that's going to be my presumption here.
Absolute Omega Lul as there's a backup going, but there's another mid-fight going in, and what a jump by Sidney Smith, but he gets gunned down by Ekelund. Now Vuri also going down to a nice sticky, and there's a lot of engagement going on there, and now this tide of battle is pushing onto the red side. Ekelund's trying to chase down Charlie. Charlie's still fighting, and he's gonna go down to a straight pistol shot.
Car's being chased down. Can he make it back to spawn? There's a scout on him. There's actually even a demo. He's running far right.
Oh!
No. Toast gets him. Close.
Toasted.
Close. Yeah, boom toasted, that's for sure. And that's going to be a full Uber advantage for CJ, so everything else works out really well. He can just wait for Toast to come back. They can just also go. Like, scouts will catch up with the action pretty quickly. So if they decide to push in here, I think they'll be fine. Having one scout less is... Like, it is a small disadvantage because they're not going to be able to do a double scout Uber, put people on the point, but look how far they are!
No!
Oh... I was going to say they got in so far without popping, but then it just never popped. It's a little bit fun. It's actually still a pretty good fight right now. It's a 2-on-3. Okay, finally, people are getting taken down. Toasty's definitely not going to be able to cap it out here. But that was so close. Like, see, he did a really good job of getting in that far without using, but then that pipe, man, just blindsided him.
Not worth it. You should have popped earlier, man. You're a Highlander main. You're a medic main, and Highlander should always pop before, man. Where, like, I'm counting on you, but at the same time, I really want to smash you because you won the caster of the season for HL. So, I mean, I have my reasons here to hate CJ.
Well, he didn't drop to a spy or sniper, right?
Sure.
Like, that's what we know. He's not going to drop to whoever. So, I just jinked him. But still, like, that's not what he's been dropping. He's just been finding those pipes. I don't know. Maybe there's night blindness. Is there pipe blindness as well? Is that a thing in Spain and England? I'm not sure. Gas actually going to go down here as he tries to come in. That's going to make it a lot more difficult to get cap time on it. And this fight is probably not going to end well for clarted. I think they're just going to have to back off at this point, but they're just going to continue to push in here. Both soldiers are finally going to come in to join the fight. It was looking kind of tenuous, but it's still not looking especially good, I would say. And so far, PDF, they're really happy with just maintaining the status quo of a fight. It's basically a mid-fight. Looks really weird as both teams just holding back, trying not to overextend and use the Uber first. But Excellent will actually go down, and both Ubers have been popped. At this point, a big airshot onto Charlie coming out from Morny. However, Charlie, he just swan dives right into his medic's loving arms, and he just gets shiny and Ubered out. And that actually was a mid-fight-ish win coming out for clarted.
Yeah, including the Ubers here. It's kind of strange, but there goes Matty! He tries to go for CJ, and he goes down to his own pipe. Unfortunate as it rolls down the slope. And unfortunate Matty. But he got an air shot, so it is a reconciliation prize for him.
Yeah, he got an air shot, and then no one's safe from his pipes, not even himself.
Hey, memes, pop or drop. I guess they'll never pop, huh?
Exactly.
You gotta go for the...
Yeah, look how far out they are. They actually they do find Charlie. He's hiding behind this fence. You can actually see through this fence, Charlie. It's not a very good hiding spot, so he's just gonna actually get out of there. He actually does manage to get out, but the back cap once again. Gas coming in there. He does it. Oh my God, the back cap. Just the soldier just standing on it, and the scout just comes in there and just blocks it in the nick of time. Wow.
Hiding underneath the ramp, ladies and gentlemen. What is going on, Highlander boys? I thought you were better than this. I thought you know that 5 CPs are just, you know, just backups all around. But here, the kosher 6's team is definitely taking the advantage of that and taking the advantage of just basically not paying attention by PDF. But we're down to another middle fight here. Morty going in again, very deep, but he gets completely destroyed. And what is going on right now, beaters? It's a 2v2, 3v3 now. Only Ekelin and CJ alive for the blue team. They have to get out of dodge right now as they're being chased by Vori and a Soldier Charlie who's low in health. They won't be able to chase him down, and CJ is out and safe, but they're all the way to the last point. Probably will have to forfeit the second as well.
Yeah, actually, there's not a whole lot of cap time on middle, so this is going to come out really slow, and I actually think there's going to be enough respawners to just force everyone back. So just the fact that everyone went for the chase there, you see Boy, he was not giving up that chase. Actually, he does get the Uber Force out. I didn't even see that, so good job by Warrior. So that's going to equalize things quite a bit, and it's going to be a slight Uber advantage for cars as well. And I think... Oh, never mind. This is not a good time to talk about other things because a bunch of people just died and we're probably going to see a push.
Yeah, they're going in, and it's a very good time to go in as well. They have the advantage. They have all the players, and they just caught Morny off guard here. Charlie gets a 3rd kill on this rocket launcher. Going on the 2nd point right now, stacking as fast as they can. They're going into last already. That's a good call. They have the advantage. They have all the players they need. Morny is still respawning. If there's any time to push, this is it. There's not even enough stickies on the point to block it from happening. Now, CJ is in a lot of trouble right now. You gotta get focused very easily. Now they have to just clean up the rest. Morny is gonna go down. Viljack's low in health, gonna go down as well. As Vuri and Matt are going down here for the red side, but they still have their medic around. They're just gonna go on the point and cap it as it's nothing. 2-5 beater in a quick fashion. 3 points to the side of the reds here. Wow.
Yeah, this is not the result I expected. I thought PDF was actually going to be the better team, and they also started out just looking like the better team overall, but these super pushes have been really good, and the back caps have just been super punishing right now for PDF. So it's 5-2. It is, win limit 5, so you have to... Or win difference 5, sorry, not win limit 5. So they can still come back. They have about 8 minutes to come back and get 3 rounds, which is not impossible at all. These rounds have all been pretty quick. Toast so aggressive, just running across the point up top. So he's now behind lines, putting on a ton of pressure. And all other aggression has also been fought off here. CJ is actually going to dive into the enemy team, but oh no, now he's just left alone, and the scouts just clean up.
That is unfortunate. You never want to be in a situation as a medic. Low health, nobody to heal. I mean, you just, at this point, you just press, self-destruct and kill yourself because there's nothing you can do as a medic, especially if there are 200 scouts on your back. Now, Cars has 93% waiting for his team to respawn. They just capped middle, which means they have 100% Uber advantage. They're in control of the middle point, about to go on second, and looks like the PDF team decides to just simply let this one go, build up a good defense on last, and build as fast as Ekelin is now helping CJ build his Uber charge to counter the enemies.
We actually have a bit of a decision here to be made. They can go for the Uber push, which makes a lot of sense, but they can also just decide to slow down the game because they are up by 3. I think pushing in with the full Uber advantage makes the most sense, to be honest, but it can go horribly wrong and it will just speed up the game. But they are going to go with that push. They're going to focus down the Synagogue immediately, going to put a scout onto the point, and no for PDF is even close, and he just gets it out so quickly. And this has happened a couple of times, so these last holds from PDF have just not been all that strong. They just kind of let the point get capped super quickly, and there's just not enough stickies on it to just prevent that from happening.
Unfortunate for the Highlander boys. I just wanted to say that I'm rooting for Clarted here because I just don't like CJ anymore. He won the caster of the season again. He just freaking Leo DiCaprio'd me, and now I'm just pissed. But there's another mid fight here. Morty's actually the only one who's dead on the blue side, just claiming a bunch of kills. Cars is going down here. No medic, no demo man, and now no scout for the red team. But they're chasing down kills. They're hungry. They want CJ dead, so they just go in, but unfortunately here, Ekelin and CJ are all too well coordinated against this just kind of last-ditch effort to get the medic down. Now, 80% on CJ, middle point is theirs at the moment. PDF may be able to still redeem themselves. There's not a lot of time left, Peter. There's only 5 minutes and 4 points to catch up, but Certainly possible.
Charlie's actually behind lines. He's going to see if he can just flex on these scouts and demos and everything, but nah, he's not going to quite be able to do it. He was unfortunately spotted, so he wasn't able to just like get the drop on anyone. So that's going to be another really simple second cap for PDF. And they're actually going to go to bottom, maybe? They're going to lose Ekelund. That's super bad for them, but they actually just have to go in anyway. Like they don't have time to waste, and they're going to go in really fast. He's just going to pop without dropping, so that's good. Scott's actually on the point, and he just managed to find his way out of the sticky spot. He didn't get saved by his medic, which is unfortunate. So that's going to mean that Kos is going to be able to get his own Uber, and that's going to mean that everyone else going to just have to retreat it. They can't actually do the repush though, because they are 4-3.
Yeah, they may be able to do this. Morty just goes in on the point. He's not stopping. Looking at the Gaz right now. There's a little bit of an exchange engagement there. Cars going down, Gaz going down. There's all blue players on the point right now.
Wow.
Nobody to defend. And finally, PDF reclaims themselves with another point to their score, making it 3-6.
It's unlikely, but it's not impossible. There's 4 minutes and a little bit extra time, and you can get 3 rounds in that time. So they are just playing super fast right now. And the goal of Clutter will just be to slow things down. And in this kind of situation, what they want to do is they want to do this middle where they do a ton of damage. They might not even win middle, but they just want to do as much damage as possible so that as many people as possible die. And so it's going to be difficult to cap out things very quickly. But Morty's going to jump in again behind lines. And oh my god, everyone's just running across middle. CJ will go down. That's going to make it last push very difficult. And a lot of players have actually died, but Voy is going to be the last one alive. And 3 players up, and I think this is actually good for Clarted. It may not look like it, but you can kind of see this Demo Man and his soldier alive, and they're actually already on last because they're trying to see if they can make anything happen. But it's going to be so difficult for them to actually get second now, and they're definitely going to be difficult for them to do it fast.
Yeah, they're running out of time at the moment. There's only 3 minutes to go for PDF to actually catch up with Clarted. The CJ is kind of far away, and, well, Ubers are about equal, so we might be looking at an equal Uber exchange here. Remember that Red has a lot of time to build up here. There's sticky traps already in place. There's a Sentry level 2 gun in that spot already, but they're going in dry. They're not even waiting for the Uber to charge. It's a good choice by PDF going in for the Red team. They're cleaning up, but Viljack, Ekel, and Toast all going down in engagement. Good defense by Clarted here. They're just cleaning up this house. Neon's the only one alive with CJ, and now CJ being cleaned up as well. Almost capping this point, Peter, but not close enough.
Yeah, it's a difficult push to make work. You know, you're pushing into this set-up defensive advantage, and it was what they had to do, and it just didn't quite work out. It was a good effort, but yeah, now it is definitely over. So at this point, they're just playing for like momentum, basically going into the next one. And a nice airshed they're coming out from Charlie. Not going to be able to prevent the force though. And Charlie again just shooting rockets up, just hitting these meat rockets, if that's even a thing. And he's really feeling it, I think, just going into the second map.
I mean, if that's not a thing, then it is right now. Meaty air rockets, but they're going in. CJ's so much trouble right now. Citizen Smith catching him off guard, but at this point, I believe it's all she wrote. There's only 1.5 minutes to go. There's not much that PDF can do to actually just turn around the situation. Cars on 50% here. CJ's still dead. Neon.
Yeah, it's going to be a single engineer on the point. A fully buffed scout is actually a lot better than an engineer. Oh, you know, he's going to win that one, and that's going to make it 7-3 with 1.5 minutes remaining. So this is definitely over. And oh my god, look at Neon. Neon's going full gimmick here. Might as well, right?
I mean, might even get something with this. I mean, he's just doing a nice rollout there. He's very fast to the middle. He may be able to catch somebody off guard.
Oh, double pipes the Demo Man.
Now he has to get out of the situation. Vori actually chases him down, so that's 1v1 the Demo Man wise. Now the blue team is just going on the point. There are just no holds, no breaks on that train. They need to chase down some more kills for the logs, and they do. Cars, Matty, Charlie all going down, but they're equalizing with CJ kill. Now Toast and Morty are the only one alive who can do something about the situation. Scratch that. Citizens Smith and Toast having 1v1 on the point right now. Will the scout win, or will the soldier win for this one? We shall see. Soldier's in a lot of problems right now. He goes into the close quarters, but he's gonna be now supported by the Demo Man here. Neon comes in. And looks like it's just kind of inconclusive here. Oh, finally, see, this has been going down to a pill to the face. This 1v1 MGE has been concluded with another party going on the battlefield, so...
Yeah, don't you just hate when you're MGing someone and like a third player just joins and Chad's actually gonna get toasted before getting airshotted down, and then or headshotted down. And Gaz, he's in here on Pyro, so I'm just gonna assume that's his main class as well. There we go. 7-3 is gonna be the final score in favor of Clarted. After a pretty good start coming out from PDF, they just kind of collapsed there in the mid game and just weren't able to stop the back caps and the last pushes from just beating them down.
Kind of unfortunate. They had a good momentum going in the beginning, and they were, they're ready. They just had everything going their way. They won 1 point, and they lost 1 point, and they won again, and they lost again, and then from there it was just all clarted. They were in control of the situation. They were pretty much always winning mids. They were always going for CJ. CJ unfortunately dropping 2 times there to just kind of. One was just a lucky pill, and the second one was just kind of a misplay on the medic side. So all in all, good play or good game to Clarted, but we're still not done yet. It's 3 points for them so far, and PDF can still claim themselves 3 points themselves. So we shall see how it goes. But for now, I believe we could see the logs here, Beater. What do the logs say? Can you tell us what the magic crystal ball says?
Well, you just look at the damage, and that's all you need to know. That's how you read logs, people. And then Neon, he top damage. So Neon was having a really good game for his team. And so was Charlie. Charlie was doing a ton of damage and just hitting. Like, not having a positive KD as a soldier is just good these days, right? I know he's a pocket, but OJ actually as well. He went 16 for 16, so that's positive, even if his DPM was pretty low. And oh my god, look at Gas. Like, super low damage. But 32 for 14, that's very good. And then at the very bottom, we have Viljack just doing Romer things.
Which is basically 9 to 25, just running around, doing something, just being a nuisance. And then in the end, just dying, ultimately. But that's such is the way of Soldier, right? Such is the way of Romer at the same time.
Yeah, that's a thing that will very often happen. And unfortunately for him, I don't think Sunshine's going to change that a whole lot. I'd say Sunshine is slightly better for Soldier than Snakewater is. But it's not by much. It's still a very good scout map. And you can really get shut down. I'm sorry, what? Oh yeah, the mid-wins are pretty cool. It was definitely a mixed bag. Like, you can see they were just taking turns winning, basically. 1 to 1 to 1 to 1 to 2 to 2 to 3. So presumably 3 more rounds and it would have been 3 mid-wins for Clarted.
This is, basic statistics, and also reading logs is kind of like estimating, kind of like playing the stock market. You kind of see some numbers, you see, some data, and you're trying to piece a story together, that, story that works. That's kind of how reading logs is. But with the first game concluded, with Clarted being the winners of that one, we're moving to CP Sunshine, a map I'm not very familiar with because it does not, or is not featured in the Highlander pool. So, Beater, would you be so kind to walk me through this map a little bit? What are the strengths and weaknesses, and what classes are there to watch out, especially here?
Alright, so middle is pretty open. I would say sorters, they will very often try to see if they can jump in behind. You can kind of see there's so you're coming through the choke, and then there's also the flower area, as we call it. That's the one that's kind of open. And then there's also the PC area, or the cafe area, because there's like chairs in there, right? And as a soldier, you kind of want to be in that enclosed area. So you're going to see a lot of soldiers trying to get their way in there, into one of those areas, because then you're kind of behind and you have some high ground and you can get a med kit in there. So that's very good to see, but scouts are going to clean up a lot. Demoman has a lot of trouble actually having a big impact on this middle, because he usually stands really far away from the opponent. But at the same time, soldiers, they like to also take the bell tower. They can just stand up there and spam down, so Demoman usually will try to spam back, make sure they can't stand up there. And then going into second is always a really big issue. It's very difficult to find a good way to push. And basically it comes down to, you can see where, like, the tower where the point is in, there's that high ground next to it, and that is just a super well fortifiable area that's very good to hold. So whoever holds that has the advantage in that area, and you can just see that getting in from anywhere can be very challenging. You have to go through a pretty tight choke no matter where you go. So it's really just a matter of making it in there. I think the flower area is really the best area to push from in a lot of cases, because you have the most room to work with. You can actually jump over the big door there. So you get a lot of space to go in with. You can just send in a soldier. And then on last, it works pretty similarly to... it's like a bigger Gollywash almost, I'd say. And a lot of teams struggle with it, but I think it has been figured out quite a lot since it was first introduced. There was like this big break between when it was first seen and then it got taken out of rotation, and now it's back in and has been for, I think, 2 seasons, something like that. So, yeah, people are pretty good at it. It's just a matter of making sure that they don't rotate on you. If you push in the left side and they're just holding on the right side, it's very difficult to get to them. So you need to push in from the right side, and then there's always a sentry gun as well that you need to deal with as well. But at the same time, it's pretty easy to get a soldier in and get a jump onto their medic. So it works itself out in that way. Yeah, but in general, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just kind of doing, a drone flyby on this map, and I just enjoy how complex at the same time kind of straightforward this map is. There's a lot of places you can hide, there's a lot of places you can push through, there's never really one choke point that is just completely locked down because there's only one way through. Even going from middle to second, there's like 3 ways you can come in. Coming from second to last, there's 3 ways you can come in. So honestly, it's a lot of variety, and you can definitely use that to your advantage, especially if you have a lot of mobile classes, as Sixes does. You just simply, just use your creativity and have that creativity and improvisation come into play rather than just kind of constructed play. But then again, you have Last Point, which, as you said yourself, kind of like Gollywash, where, if you just come in and hope for the best, you're not going to have the best of times. So, it's kind of like a mixed bag. I just enjoy this map quite a lot. It's good.
Yeah, it kind of has a really interesting dungeon as well.
You're a fan of dungeons then?
Well, I call them wine cellars normally, but there's no wine in here, so... oh, well.
Sure. Okay, let's go with that. But I just wanted to say as well, to everybody who's watching right now, thank you for joining us here on KritzKast. And just a kind reminder that, I don't know if you knew, Peter, but we're going to Copenhagen LAN this year, which is in April. So if you want to join for some, TF2 festivities, some Highlanders, some Sixes, or tournaments going. Massive prize pools as well, which will be announced soonish. Tickets already up on the website, so please do check. And, of course, you'll be able to meet us, wonderful people, Wiethoofd as well, the man who's always behind the camera, never shows his face, but I assure he's wonderful and beautiful, so you can always just slap that high five with us, as well as all the players, all the top players of Premiership will be here as well, trying to compete, and we'll see how it goes. Some of the players here will be as well, especially the PDF team. I know that the Highlanders are coming, definitely. And we'll see how it goes, how it turns out.
Yeah, the last time I saw Toast, he was really drunk, and Cedar was like holding his back, right? And they had rolled over a garbage bin so that he wouldn't puke on the floor. But then he would just roll his head away from the garbage bin and just puked all over the floor anyway. it was pretty glorious.
Oh yeah, that party at the end of last Copenhagen, I did not expect this to happen because just like a kind of short anecdote as we were waiting for this game to start. At the last LAN, there was a party for all the people who attended the LAN. It's kind of like a staff party where you could, just hang out with the players, drink some alcohol, have fun. There was some music, and there was the special kind of place separated for all the people, kind of keep it contained. Us being TF2 players decided, you know what, that sounds lame. Let's make ourselves our own party where we played at the corner of the venue, and that's what we did. And I have to say, I remember about maybe the first hour of it, and the rest of it is kind of like a blur. Kind of like if you drink a bonk and then you just kind of wake up.
Yeah, I've been assured it was a lot of fun. But we are live here with map number 2. Let's see if PDF can get their revenge. They lost the first map pretty emphatically there. But hopefully CJ can not drop some clutch Ubers, and they can just nail some last position and hold on to their own. But we shall see as Viltek's actually going underneath right now. And PDF, they've been very aggressive. Morny once again just comes in from behind lines. Has actually taken down the medic, but it looks like they've just invested way too much, and it's just a 2-on-4. Morny is super weak, and there we go. It's going to be a mid-win in favor of clarted.
Yeah, they did lose their medic though, but the point is they're going to have forward respawns. No, Kars is going to spawn all the way back, and he's going to walk all the way back. Unless he just decides to forward spawn. Yes, he does. He's an experienced TF2 professional who uses forward spawns as soon as his team caps. So the team is now reunited. They're building their Ubers. Kars just has 10%, which is about nothing. OJ is really aggressive up forward, and he's going to get caught off guard there by Toast, finishing up the kill on him, making it 5v6. So it seems that the red team will not be pushing it anytime soon here.
Yeah, this is a pretty good stalemate situation. So I guess we should mention here that we were talking about the maps a little bit, and the current ETF2L map pool will also be the map pool that's used for Copenhagen games. And the reason why we're actually streaming on KritzKast, which is kind of weird, normally you don't see 6v6 on this channel, and that's because KritzKast will be the channel that we use to stream Copenhagen games. So definitely subscribe to this, and you will get to see an amazing LAN, and also you get to see amazing Highlander action as well. And we will also be doing some assorted 6v6 action in the coming month or so leading up to the LAN. I assume that we're just gonna keep that up, get to see some nice Div 1 action.
Look at this, Peter. Both medics at 100%. They're pushing in through the cafe here. Kars is actually taking some flack for it and just backing away. Viltek is putting out some nice spam. Now Charlie's in a little bit of trouble there. But again, it's just kind of a trench warfare. Both teams not really willing to push in just yet, not willing to risk it. They're both sitting at 100%. They're going in. Is OJ looking for the medic? He's going to get caught off, but he's done a lot of damage to the blue team. That might be the call for the Reds to go in, and clarted is now using it. Charlie's getting aggressive yet again, but Viltek is just holding that one spot so well. Oh, he's getting a random pipe to the face, but he's still alive, and he's still holding the fort down. And man, trench warfare from World War I. Morny goes in with a hopeful play, but a hopeless display.
He tried. He tried real hard. That's the important part. And a thing about this map is, on process that they will often send in the first soldier, right, and then you kind of loop around into into the gully, into the sewer area, and then the second soldier comes in with the real bomb. You can kind of do the same thing here, but there's no real nice escape route for the first soldier, so it's a lot more difficult to do the double soldier bomb. You commit a lot more to it, so as a result, it's a lot more difficult to actually get the soldier in. And we actually have seen kind of a meta in the, oh my god, actually there's some stickies onto him there, but the medic, but you will often see the demo man actually jumping in because it's a higher percentage play. There was definitely like a short while where that was just the meta on this map, where you just send in the demo man. And it was kind of unusual, but yeah, you might want to keep an eye on that, because there could just be a random demo man jumping in at some point.
And Neon's just chilling. Oh, OJ goes in very aggressively and forces CJ out of his Uber. That's a good play by OJ, just sacrificing one player for the Uber. Now they have to do something about this, but they're way too far away from the red team here to actually do anything with this one. And now clarted sitting on 100%, safe and sound, waiting for his teammate, or their teammate, to respawn, going through the cafe shop right now. I mean, there's everything going in their way, and we're going to be looking at them pushing in soon. Viltek is just waiting for the team. Will he be able? No! He gets caught off just in time before Kars nicely surfs on the health pack. Still hasn't popped. CJ knows all the way back.
Oh, no!
Man! Kars going down there, be there.
Gets this huge sticky trap there. No one checked for him. I'm not even going to blame Kars for that one, but that is a huge play. Looks like the tables have turned. It's not going to be CJ this time around dropping Uber. It's going to be Kars. They will still cap out the second point, but I can guarantee you there's going to be a big push out coming out here. But it is pretty difficult to push out of last. That was definitely an area of contention early on. The map has been changed quite a bit, so it's easier to push out of last, but it's still very difficult either way. It looks like Gaz and OJ will both get taken down. That was the players trying to go for backcaps and everything. Actually, the Uber does come out from CJ, so they get what they want from it. They do lose 2 players, and oh my god, the respawn timers there got pushed back a whole bunch. It's going to be difficult to see it because it's a pause, but basically they were on 2 or 3 seconds, and then they got pushed back up to like 11. Ooh. And yeah, so they actually, the scout Scout and the Soldier in the respawn queue. They're actually going to not spawn for quite a while, which could mean that it could be a pretty nice push in here. It's going to be very difficult for Clarted to hold.
Well, CJ, only 12%. As long as the HUD, which is frozen, doesn't really deceive me. Cars on 50, so that's just about 30% advantage. But the problem is, like you said, they're going to have to wait for their teammates for quite a while. And from what I can gather, and using the pause, I mean, the pause is 90 seconds in the future, but just judging by those numbers, judging by the presence on the field, I think the right choice here is for Clarted to simply back away to second point, wait for her teammates to respawn, just not really risk it. There's no point in risking this and sacrificing your medic and sacrificing your advantage just to try and hold, because it's not said that they will be able to do that. You can see that Viljak is on that launch box in Cafe. He's already probably spotted that sticky trap being laid down by Matty. Oh, there's an on pause right now. Viljak goes in. Oh, Viljak just hugs the wall. He just gets blown apart. And now Ekelund is chasing down Matty. Matty has to get away, and that's what we expected. Toaston is trying to seal the deal on Charlie. But he's being healed by cars, and they're going to get away safe and sound. But, ooh, look at this play. They're not even holding on second. They're going all the way back in. They have the advantage. They know about this, so they try to stop this point. The point, unfortunately, gets completed, but now they're chasing off the players. Morny and Toast both going down to the scouts. And now, not only they have the Uber, but they also have the middle point.
Yeah, really nice V-push right there coming in and just taking it right back from this sticky trap there. It does get spotted. Charlie, he gets banged up pretty heavily there, but he survives, and that's the important part. And he will even manage to jump forward here, just lock out this other area. And the Ubers are pretty even right now, but they exchange the Uber advantage for a second point, so that's pretty good for them. And now, let's see what this pause is. This is going to be a medic, and I'm just going to, an event here, you know what I hate? I hate when I say pause and people just type in the letter Y, because that can either mean yes or Y. That can be that can be a word, or it can mean yes. Like, I hate that so much.
You just choose whatever you want, man, and then you can just say, I mean, I understood the other thing than you meant, so you can just talk your way out of this one. It's their fault. But yeah,
right,
you can see that
it's the roamer. Okay.
OJ just timed out, so they decided to pause, wait for him to rejoin. Look at this, Viljak. Viljak is using that sniper rifle to maybe hope for something good happening for him there. Hoping into that shutter door. There's just basically both teams entrenching themselves yet again. Both medics at 100% as well. Neon's very passive defensive spot there. CJ's also quite far back. Ekelund's just scoping out the area, so they're just kind of waiting out this situation, mellowing down.
I thought it was going to go spy there, but
Toast is on spy though. So that's the spy main and Highlander, no spying in sixes, so you can see there is a blend of worlds that's emerging, the divergence of two worlds right now. Spies, look at this, he's just kind of looking at the enemy team, looking, okay, I mean, I'm just gonna hang out, there's no real reason to do anything right now, it's just kind of trench warfare. No team's actually scored just yet, so there's no pressure. Mellow down, wait down. OJ is scoping out the area, going into the dungeon, as you said yourself, going in a bit more forward, spotting some enemies down. But Toast is still behind, still waiting for that spot. That little nook and cranny can cram himself into and get down cars. Gas is looking behind, though.
Yeah, Gas is doing a really good job right now. Like, this looks completely unimportant and stupid, and actually Charlie Note is going to go down here. But yeah, Gas actually just did so much there, and it kind of looks, it sounds silly that he was really important, but he was just standing there, just looking for the spy or people to come in, because you can come up from the dungeon as well as a soldier and then jump onto the medic as he retreats out through that top area. But yeah, as it was, that just wasn't going to be a thing. But
Peter, look at this. What a smart play by Clarted. I did not expect this, but they decided to just abandon second point. They didn't want to push it. They knew that Viljak is on sniper and Toast is on spy, which means if they just leave the second point, that will force a PDF to push out with those classes out, and they're not the best classes for pushing. Which means they will have an advantage pushing back into second and maybe hoping to get the last as well. But Viljak's still sticking in that sniper class, and he's still hoping for that headshot to happen. So yet again, we have a kind of trench warfare. They allowed a Toast to kind of respawn. OJ now goes in, but he's completely stopped midair, and he gets the random pipe to the face. Your Neon claims the kill for this one.
Morning, he's going to come back in here, see if he can maybe perhaps do better. He didn't quite find the medic there. He's just going to blow himself up. Well, the bell tower has been exploded, I suppose. But maybe we're going to see Charlie, see if he can make his way in as well. He's taking quite a bit of spam, but he's just kind of trying to bait people in there into a sticky traps, perhaps. But kind of a thing that we should probably also mention about this map is that it's pretty difficult to snipe from second to third, in both directions, really. It's easier to do it from middle to second, but it's a lot more difficult to do it the other way around. Like, you basically have to get your sniper all the way up into flowers, like really close there, and that can be very difficult to really hold, because there's going to be a soldier flying around the corner at some point, and Demoman's just going to spam around the corners as well. So it's very difficult to actually push the sniper that far forward when you're holding second.
But Viljack, I mean, not Viljack, it's OJ who's spying through, going behind, he gets caught out! Oh, and a freaking taunt coming out of Viljack. That's just epitome of BM coming out of the sniper. What a headshot that was.
OJ knows what's up. He's calling him out all for cheating.
Rightly so. I mean, that was suspicious as hell. But hey, there you go. He was just OJ going behind. He was kind of bored of the stalemate.
One is still behind. That's kind of where he likes to be, but eventually he's going to get taken down by the respawner there. So there we go. And actually, right now, we see Viljack on sniper, and they're one player down. So that means that you can just basically push in, and as long as you don't get picked off by the sniper, you will actually have an advantage in a fight. So this is a pretty precarious situation. You can see OJ up on that ledge, trying to push his luck quite a bit there. And Charlie as well, just pushing forward, actually gets Ekelon. The Ekelon was actually the only one forward, and that's going to force people back. Neon takes a ton of damage. Toast in, very aggressive, will get the force up, but he craters. So this Uber fight is just not looking too hot right now for Claude, or for PDF.
Yeah, clarted really do have the advantage right now. They only lost gas for the cost of Ekelund, Toast, and Morty. Now, they're not going to be alive for quite a while here. 6 seconds to go, and the red is just pushing onto last, rightly so. Charlie and Cars already on the side here on the flank, just putting some damage down on the point. But they're just waiting for the team to reunite with them. OJ goes in aggressively, goes for CJ. CJ goes down!
That was actually from Charlie with the spam rocket. I'm pretty sure that was a spam rocket, but Charlie also did jump in, so maybe that was not... Okay, so that was not a spam. That was just both soldiers jumping in there and getting CJ. I don't think they expected this, but, you know, I mentioned this in the pregame. It is pretty easy to get soldiers in there. The big way to really stop soldiers from jumping in... Oh, what? Morty gets Kaz! What?
How? What? He just jumps in. He just jumps in, claims that Cars is just kind of just chilling. I mean, oh, we have the advantage. We have scout building. Oh, everything is fine and dandy. CJ is not respawning yet, and then just Morty goes, you know what? Let me put a stop to that, Chief. And he just goes in, takes down Cars. No more medic for the red team, which means PDF are still in this, and they still can hold this last point. They do have Toast on the engineer though, so that will slow them down quite significantly if they decide to push out of the situation. But they do have the Uber to work with. However, Cars is about to equalize with theirs. He's also building quite fast.
You can see they want to push, but at the same time they haven't committed to it fully. They still have Toast on Engineer, and Engineer is really bad for pushing. You can see Ekelon is also outside right now. He's very weak, and there we go. He will go down. Surely, yeah, this is going to be definitely the end of any kind of push. Viljack has gone down as well. And even Morny, so they just lost 3 players. They do have an extra player in the center gun right now for Toast. But this is definitely going to be a very nice opportunity to, at the very least, send in a suicide.
Yeah, welcome to the Octagon, guys. As Charlie takes down the sentry gun, that's a good opener against Toast. Now, they're actually, OJ goes for the point, just puts some nice pressure on the blue team. Now, CJ has to pop. They're chasing down the red team, but Charlie now is being popped himself. Now, Leon's just being juggled around, but he's still alive.
Oh, air-shotted as
air
well.
Shot here. Matty finishes up the kill.
And another one. Jesus, Matty Ancient is just killing everyone that Charlie is air-shotting. And Charlie, okay, he will get a single kill here, but this is actually really close. It's just a scout against a scout and a soldier in the air. He's not going to be able to win that one. Morning will be able to clean up the kill. Can Kars get out of there? He does have OJ to protect him, and yeah, he just wants to go out. You can see as the OJ, he's not going to quite make it out there with him. Can he survive? Just barely gets an arrow as well, so he will survive just barely, although he was just being a bit indecisive there. There's players on the point trying to cap it out, but OJ comes in to just contest it, but they just cannot quite get it. Gas will get a nice jump Oh, get a nice kill onto the jumper there. CJ is so weak. Boy's finally going to take him down. This is just such a chaotic fight, but definitely clarted coming out on top here.
Oh, I don't really think that PDF has anything in their store to actually stop this from happening. Only Neon alive. That's the demo, man.
He blocked the point, though. This is huge.
Oh, he may be able to buy enough time for the team to respawn. 3 seconds left, 2 seconds left, 1 second left. Will he be able to just jump on the point? Viljax is the only one, but he can't. He just cannot physically pass through the wall of bullets being thrown at him by the red team here. clarted finally breaking the stalemate with 1 point to their name. Peter, 15 minutes for just 1 point here on CP Sunshine.
Yeah, that was one long round, and it was very back and forth as well. Kind of a heartbreaker there coming up for CD and the boys. And hopefully they can come back here. I believe they lost the first middle, so hopefully they can adjust and do better on this second one.
Ooh, Charlie goes on top now and then just put so much damage. CJ going down though. That's no medic for the Blues. Losing players one by one, Neon, but they're trying to reconciliate themselves to kind of regain the situation. Toast on point, but OJ's behind and he's quite a lot of health. Charlie's also trying to put out some distraction action. OJ jumps in, he's chasing down the scout, but Toast is just too nimble for him. Now he has to get away, and he gets caught off himself by Morty. What a nice direct hit there by the rocket. Now there's a little party on the middle point here. 3 people around slapping each other. Just, you know, just all in day's work here on the sunny map of Sunshine. And they're knocking on the second point's door right now. Gaz is now with cars. And the other scout here as well, just trying to just block this point, just kind of stay a little bit longer, just a little bit for the team to respawn, but unfortunately they're not able to, and they are back to the last point. Both medics equal Ubers. It's all to the way of PDF on how they decide to do this.
Oh, they're just gonna barrel right in here with 2 scouts, and they will just overpower this sort of. The center gun has gone down as well, so this is just a full-on push. This is very unexpected. You don't normally see this. It is also kind of a dot push coming in here. They have a pyro, and there we go. Uber comes in. Oh no, CJ's gonna get caught with 99%. He gets a saw, but it's not enough. That is just absolutely heartbreaking. He just barely got separated there from someone with like 99% Uber, and he just goes down. Absolute heartbreaker. That was such a good push. It was just a dry push as well, and they managed to get in there just because they managed to take down the demo man, but just eventually barely losing out.
Yeah, it was a good choice, but unfortunately just lacked that little bit. CJ getting separated from his team was just heartbreaking, as he said. And he's got to saw off the soldier, but it was just not enough to actually switch back to minigun and maybe hope for a pop as well. And now Carson and his team are just pushing on to the second point. They have the slight Uber advantage. They have the entire team in that coffee shop right now. OJ is on the side. Gas as well, just kind of knocking there on the flank, just hoping for an opportunity, for a window of an opportunity to even push in, but they're going in through main right now, and they're pushing in. They have the Uber charge. CJ is only 8%, and he's not willing to risk it any longer, going all the way to the last point here, but saving his team and Uber at that is a good choice.
Don't want to push it too much here. You can see they're trying to just kind of poke on the side, but so far they're not committing. So Charlie actually goes down to 1 HP there. Gonna get an arrow and gets somewhat safe, but OJ's gonna just immediately go back in here and get dealt with. And there's even gas going in, see if you can get the medic. Sword's gonna come in, field check. Is absolutely eaten alive by Vori. Vori just hitting the mad meat right now. And the demo man's gonna try and see if he can get him down, but no, Charlie's gonna come in there and get revenge on him. So all of a sudden, PDF in a very precarious situation.
And they are indeed only Toast and CJ on point. They have to pop. Cars pops as well. Charlie, a bit of a stalemate going right now. Neither team really doing anything. Charlie now gets a nice rocket onto Toast, but Viljack comes in with help. OJ tries to finish off the deal onto that Swedish soldier, but he's not able to. So many players on the point, but CJ is just hero play on the point. Just swings his saw, but there's nobody else, and I was really hoping for PDF to prevail out of this one. Unfortunately, though, unfortunately for clarted, they're getting themselves the second point of the board here, Beater. And with only, well, 11.5 minutes to go, PDF really needs to step up if they want to get any points out of this thing.
It really seems to me like it's just those minor advantages that, just these really minor factors that ends up giving it to clarted. So PDF, I definitely believe they can still make it back here, but they really just they can't let this get to their head, because if it does, then they're just going to be done for. Villiers going to jump in super aggressively, and so will Morny. Morny's actually going to end up getting a kill here, but so far, the Scouts are just completely cleaned up. Gas has 3 kills already, and I don't think he is done doing damage yet. Joe's going to come in here, see if he can do anything. No, Mediation is going to predict both Scouts with ease, take them down, and that's going to be a really nice mid for clarted.
Full on wipe on the middle. They're already going to the second point here, and a pause as we're caught Matty in mid-jump onto the second. He seems to be going even further forward, hoping to sticky spawn the blue door as well, but only Viljak alive and going out of the spawn right now. I don't think he's able to do anything against this onslaught. And, you know, the most heartbreaking thing for PDF right now is that Cars is about 100%. Already going to the second point, they have 100%, they have almost all the players alive on the battlefield, whereas Blues are not even fully respawned yet. And well, there's not much you can do against this situation. Maybe they're hoping for a power play, a hero play, maybe just sacrifice Viljak to go for Cars. I don't know. What can you do in this situation, Peter?
Well, I think Viljak is going to try and go forward and make sure, I don't know, that no one can sticky off spawn or something weird like that, right? In Mediation, he's just going to like sticky over the door on the right side, make sure no one comes out. And I think it's just going to be a really easy second cap here. But yeah, this is one of the least interesting pause situations I've ever seen, I'd say. It's very obvious what's going to like transpire in the next 10 seconds or so. You know, so I guess all we really have going for us here is that we can just admire the nice cartoon physics going on with the demo man not falling because he hasn't realized that he's falling yet, you know?
It's just what I was saying before, you know, just kind of pauses and logs are kind of like being a stockbroker is you have some information, you have some, you know, data, and you just kind of try to piece a puzzle together. So, you know, next time you're writing down on your CV, on your resume, that you've casted Team Fortress 2, you're, you know, an esports caster, you can also just jot down stockbroker, you know, just doing some analysis, logistics, maybe?
Yeah, I'm an analyst. That's just what I do. Yeah. Oh, are we live? No, okay.
No, there's just, you know, it's just a speck of dust, I believe. I don't know. Nothing is moving. Time has stopped. You know, there's this Chinese cartoon that has a very funny theme to it, where one of the characters has an ability to stop the time. And funny enough, Cars also has a name that is from that cartoon.
Oh, really? I've never heard of that. I mean, I've seen some porns like that, but no Chinese cartoons.
Chinese cartoons, man. Put some fun stuff. But using the pause, however, we're glad to say once again that Copenhagen Games is happening soon. Happening in the middle of, I believe it's April. Yeah, it's from 17th or 18th till 17th till 20th of April, as I'm being told by Wiethoofd into my ear. So please do check it out. There's some links in the chat right now. So if you're interested in coming, saying hi, watching, spectating, and playing, there are all possibilities for that to happen for you. We guarantee you amazing atmosphere, amazing people, and amazing games as well. And if you're feeling that we're doing a good job here with Peter and Wiethoofd on the camera, then please do drop us some, you know, support our way. You know, even word support is good enough on the webpage of KritzKast.com. There's all kinds of links in the description right now, so check it out. Have fun. You know, just always tell us what you think about how we're doing, because honestly, we do not get enough criticism. You know, we're always being told here with Peter. I think you will agree, Peter, that basically every single time you ask somebody, hey, how was my casting? Oh, yeah, it was fine. You know, it was good. It was good.
Yeah,
that's all you get. Yeah. That's all you get. Just give us something more constructive for once. I don't know. Just say something constructive.
Yeah, like, why do you sound like a 50-year-old man when you speak?
Yeah, why do you sound like a 50-year-old man?
Yeah, just, you know. Okay, that's not actually helpful, but, you know.
I mean, that's curious. For example, why is Jake hyping up so much every single little play? I don't know, man, because I love Team Fortress 2, okay? I love this game. I may not be playing it that often anymore, but every single time I get to cast it, it's just a joy to watch and cast. And every single game is just exciting to me again. kind of like reinventing myself as a caster, as a player as well. Every single time I watch good players, actually, not myself, play this game.
Oh my god, someone in chat just pointed out, but yeah, he's right. Everyone on red have mushroom hats, except for OJ. They all have different colored mushroom hats. So the medic has a yellow mushroom hat, the scout has a pink one, the demo man has a green one, and then, what's the gas has, like, yeah, he has a green one.
OJ just has a cone.
This is not the party hat.
It is the party hat. I mean, he tried, okay? He tried to get it. It just was just a little bit short, you know? Just kind of like a mushroom hat on a budget.
Alright, hold on. I'm just gonna Google clarted. I might as well use this break for something constructive.
Hey! I'm trying to have a constructive conversation here, and you just called it not constructive?
Oops.
Thanks, man. It's the first time in a long time I'm casting 6s, and this is how I'm being treated. Oh, shoot! We're back! Peter, get off Google!
I don't know.
Back in action. You know, nothing really changed. Nothing really changed. Car's still 100%. They're still, you know, in advantage. They're still going to cap last, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. There's gonna be a push coming in here. They don't really... They're not at a point in the game where they can just slow it down and just play off of the 2 lead advantage. You know, they're not 7. So they're just going to actually have to push in here. There we go. The demo man's going to see if he can jump in. He actually gets bounced quite a bit. The center gun gives a lot of knockback as well. The level 2 has a ton of knockback. And it's super annoying to deal with. But they have taken it down, but they don't really get any kills for it. Void's going to overextend and just get taken down. So that was a really nice hold coming in here for all of PDF. They're just going to try and see if they can push everyone else back. There was actually a bit of a back cabin there. I think it was just OJ going for the medic kill, but he will not be able to find that. We're going to see a big push out coming here from PDF.
PDF actually just pulling through, and I think it's majorly because Neon was just stopping the entire offense in that door of those sticks, and now CJ pops his Uber, chasing up the enemy team. Charlie's in a lot of trouble, and he'll be able to surf this away. Will he be able to surf this away? Yes, he will, just by the skin of his teeth. And now there's Avery just still in the battlefield, still trying to do something on the front lines, and getting chased away. Now Gaz and his friend there on the side, Charlie, are doing something. OJ just gets gunned down by Eklund, no issues.
2 players dropped. God damn, that's rough. Charlie's gonna peek forward because, you know, 2 players are down. Looks like they might actually just be pretty man with this. Demo man going down is a pretty big deal. And Soda's gonna find that there's a Villajack around the corner, and he actually take him down. Oh, that was a classic roamer trade. I love these so much. You know, you don't really see those in Highlander enough, but in 6v6 it happens all the time where you're a roamer, you walk around a corner, there's another roamer. Oh god, I better shoot him, and then you kill each other every time.
It's just this awkward situation. Is like, now this is where they realize they screwed up.
Yeah, and it's just every time. It's like 80% of the time they both die, and it's never not funny. It just always funny. But Viljack has actually gone spy here.
Yeah, actually, another trivia fact: both Viljack and Toast are very well esteemed spies in Highlander. So it's not really surprising to see Viljack or Toast to go spy. I'm actually, I'm really hoping for that double spy strategy to come out at a certain point, because Toast and Viljack both being spy mains could be interesting. Now Viljack's just kind of hiding behind the door. Oh, he goes on the point. Ooh, they see something. There's a lot of distraction, but Viljack.
That's
unfortunate.
They all cheat. OJ was right. Little did he realize it also applied to his own team. They just see these guys coming. Right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I actually remember playing against Viljack. It was like with the Danish team against Sweden. And actually the Soda comes in here, gets a ton of damage, but a nice serve from CJ. He's going to just get himself closer to that med kit. But yeah, playing against Viljack on Spy was super annoying. So I can actually confirm that that's in case. Eklund is in super deep, and he's actually going to get saved by his medic. So they're just going to do a full-on push. Eklund's actually trapped in. Can he make it out? Looks like he has made it out. Well, he just get air shot there by Charlie. You don't get that close to the man, and you don't get punished for it. So Charlie's just going to continue to just hit all the meaty meat shot rockets. And there we go. The second sword is going to jump in onto...
Oh! So unfortunately, there Charlie actually gets CJ down, Viljak down as well. Only 4 people up for Blues, losing Toaster as well. That's not good. That's not good looking for them. Morny also going down. Only Ekelin and Neon alive. Now Neon is being pressured down by the Scout, saved by Ekelin by the skin of his teeth, and Neon has to get away if he wants to save this last point from, you know, any further damage done to PDF. But it's already been done. So much damage. Cars 80%. CJ only on 10, and with the red team already on the second point and knocking on to last, it just doesn't look too promising.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Have OJ and Matty Asian switched names on your HUD? Because they have on mine. I see OJ as Demo Man right now, and he's got the mushroom hat and everything. Yeah, man, that is weird. I guess it's because they both disconnected, and now my game is confused. But anyway, it's going to be an Uber in from lower. They're going to get onto the Synagogue immediately, not able to actually get the engineer. The left door has been stickied up, but yeah, Toasty knows that's going on. And actually, they haven't really gotten a whole lot of kills done, and now they're going to have to push into a heavy, and that's always a bad experience for everyone involved. And they're just going to back out.
Here, the Demo Man, which is OJ, which is being disguised here by Matty, has to get away from the situation. He's all by himself, but he's still holding fort quite aggressively on the flank. Nobody's actually there. But actually telling him to back away through the shutter as the blue team is pushing him with the 100% Uber charge. Car's only at 75. Will he be able to get this one before he gets dropped? But he's just out, he's out of dodge there.
Gas is on last.
Oh.
There's a single soldier in there. Trying to see if we can hold him off. He actually goes down. But the second soldier saves the day.
So close, but at what cost? This car pops on the second point. CJ is all by himself. He's running away. Will he be able? What? CJ?
Hello?
Hello? CJ? How did you get away from this one alive, man?
I don't know. He just did the patented smoke bomb and got out of there. Ekelin's still behind lines, and he actually takes down Kaz. So, huge pig off there. And now player is going to come in onto last, see if they can get it. Vildick's going to get that pick. Demo Man on the point, though. Okay, not going to be able to get it. So this is just complete chaos. The game has just descended into madness. But looks like PDF are benefiting from this. They still have to capture 2 points in 4.5 minutes. That is very much doable, but they have to get their hurry on. And that's exactly what they're going to do.
Yeah, they're stacking the second point. Gaz already on last. He tried to go for a backhand, but now he's stuck behind enemy lines, which means one less player for the Reds to actually defend this middle point with. CJ going in, 82%. He's closing in on 100%. OJ is behind as well as 2 players behind enemy lines. They're trying to go for a backup. Morny is there to stop Gas from capping this one, but OJ is still behind, and he's just gonna go for the middle point. Meanwhile, CJ pops his Uber. Now he's kind of stranded around the middle point. They're gonna finish this one off. OJ is still behind. What is this man doing? Finally getting out of there. But for such a long time, OJ was behind. He was still lurking around, and CJ was too scared to do anything. That Uber has been used. Not really too much advantage there. Now Kars has the advantage when they're going onto the middle point, but
you gotta see a big push out coming here through this big door. And you know, it was a very short window where PDF could really do anything because there is going to be an Uber advantage coming ahead. Ekelin's actually going to go down as well, so this is pretty dangerous. They are now playing against an Uber advantage team, and they're going to be able to push in here. The 2 players down, very aggressive, jumping there from Maddie. He's just going to pipe down Morny, who's hiding up top. There we go, Uber has been forced. But CJ's actually pretty close to the Uber. This is very dangerous. Demoman's going to get picked off. CJ's going to go for the saw. He needs one more to get the Uber, but Scout is just hiding away from him. Oh, he actually gets it onto the soldier. The soldier wasn't paying attention, but CJ's the only one alive. Oh, and then he's going to kill himself. Okay, so they just played CJ. They just baited him into extending his own life. It wasn't because he's stupid and didn't look at all. No, it was all planned. Good job, Charlie.
Oof, that's gotta sting for CJ now. The red team is just going on to the last point. They don't have to, but Charlie there taking out Morny, who's just destroyed on the soldier. And Toast is just gunning people down as the heavy weapons guy, but there's no medic to heal him, poor guy. He's just kind of sticking on the point now, getting a few arrows into his head to stop this from happening. And this, Matty, please, please, Matty, please, no!
Oh my god.
Absolute legend, Matty.
How did that work? Like, there was 2 players there, and you just bounced them away and then barely managed to get them. And Neon's going to go back onto the meme rollout with the sticky jumper here. But yeah, this game is over.
Boy, just what you doing, boy?
Oh my god, look at Neon.
Neon!
That was a really cool rollout. You just hit all the pogos there. That's awesome. Morning's going to just jump in super aggressively as well. This is actually onto the medic, but not quite going to be able to get him. I'm just looking at Neon, to be honest. Okay, fine, he's going to go down. They actually have better mids with Neon just jumping in like that.
And just new people alive with the red here, Vori and Matty, out of this whole carnage going in the middle point. Neon once again using that sticky jumper to just do those pogos. I mean, he's quite skilled in those, but ultimately they're not really gonna win you any fights. Oh, Morty finds Vori, but Ekelon is the one who claims the kill. I don't know what Vori was doing, but he was just kind of just pressing on through enemy lines. Now Ekelon is chasing off Matty.
Gonna get Ekelon. But yeah, it looks like everyone's just doing the W mouse 1 thing, right? Press forward, you're a scout, whatever. Nobody can kill you anyway. Just get in there, man. This is a pyro. I hope he has the jetpack. He doesn't. Oh, but he doesn't need it because he can just jump in there with the the reflect rocket jump. Not gonna really get the final kill there. Just highlight play ruined, but overall very cool stuff. Neon, he's gonna jump in there. Can he get him? Not quite. He's just gonna sling out of there. GGs are being called.
Yeah, it's kind of a dead game at this point. There's nothing that PDF can do. There's 15 seconds to go on the clock, so you know, TF2 could really benefit from kind of like a GG button that StarCraft has. You know, simply just. I mean, if you really know that you're not gonna make it, like in this situation, PDF just kind of. There's no way in a million years that would happen. You just press GG button and that's it, you know, you're not wasting anybody's time. At this point, you just kind of play for the logs, go for, you know, funky plays like Neon jumping in all the way with those pogos and then CJ jumping in with the saw, trying to get a few Uber saws out, so there's not much, but the game is concluded, ladies and gentlemen, and clarted, claiming themselves 6 points in the set, going in the season, first game of the season, very well done for that Sixes team here. Unfortunately, PDF falling a little bit short, though not without a fight here, Peter. I have to say that I'm really proud of my boys here in the blue. They've done very well. They've not gotten themselves any points, but they should be proud of themselves this time.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be happy with their own performance there. It really felt like they could have gotten a bunch of captures and just done, in general, just a lot of situations where it just barely didn't work out for them, and then they messed up and they lost. So, yeah, I think this is a really frustrating loss for them. They're not going to be happy with it. And, you know, how much of it was bad luck, how much of it is just them needing to get better is up for discussion. But, yeah, I have a feeling that they're not feeling great after that loss. It just looked painful.
Just taking a quick look at the logs right now just to seal the deal here. Crunch Charlie at the top here with 9,000 damage. Second is 7.6 thousand damage. Matty, and then Viljak from the PDF team with almost 7,000 damage. So quite a lot of damage for the soldier of the red team here. Clarted, actually, you know, top damaging, having 19 kills to 13 deaths, having a pretty good game himself.
Yeah, absolutely indeed. It's also worth noting that because of all the pauses, you can see the time for the map is 36 minutes, right? So that's why the DPM is all off. It looks super low. Right, Charlie, he got 9,000 damage, but he only has 249 DPM.
Right.
That's because it's divided by 36 instead of 30, so
makes sense.
Don't panic.
Well, that will be it for the first game of Division 1, or the first game we've casted here, we've covered here on KritzKast. Make sure to follow us, because there will be more coming for sure. We're slowly gearing up for Copenhagen once again. Please do visit the website if you're interested in coming and saying hi. But that will be it for Peter and myself. Thank you very much for watching here, as well as thanks to Wiethoofd for producing. As always, the legend is never dead for that producing mastermind. But to you, viewers, thank you very much again, and well, see you somewhere down the line.